Hello dear friends, welcome to my channel Jenny's Love Food. I hope you all are in good health. And well, today's recipe is paneer kofta curry. This is a very simple and a straightforward curry, and here are the ingredients that we need. So I've taken paneer, 2 boiled potatoes. Along with this we need few green chilies and a little bit of coriander. If you want it to be more spicier, please go ahead and add some more green chili if you wish. So all this needs to be mashed up. Here I'm just mashing it by hand, but if you wish you can even grate the potatoes and then mix it up nicely, so you'll get a good and a uniform dough like that. Okay, so mix, mash it is. Now in goes our maida and a little bit of zeera. Maida acts as a binding agent here. So to this I'm also going to add some salt as per taste and then give it all a good mix. Okay, get your hands in there and mix it well so that you get a good uniform dough. It should be nice and soft. So give it mix. So here you see, after about 5 minutes of mixing, the kofta dough is come together and it's a nice soft pliable ball that you can say. So this is ready here. All we need to do is fry this and keep them separate then. So oil your hands a little bit like I've done here and then form it into a ball. You can make any shapes or sizes as you wish. I've just taken a small lime size amount here and made these koftas. Okay. So now the next step that we have to do is fry them. So these all are ready to be fried. Get the pan on fire, the oil is nice and hot. Once it's hot, you can lower the flame. We'll do a small test here to see if the temperature of the oil is good or no, and it's really good. So take that out and we'll start frying the rest of the paneer koftas. Okay, so here goes our kofta in. And remember to keep the flame on slow to medium, or else the koftas will remain raw from inside. Okay, we need a good golden brown color for the koftas from outside. Now if you see my koftas, they had started splitting a little bit inside the oil. So when this happens, what you need to do is take a little bit of corn flour and roll the koftas inside the corn flour. So this is like a foolproof tip so that your koftas don't burst inside in the oil. Okay, it forms a nice coating too for the koftas. So this is how I went ahead and fried the remaining of my koftas. And like you see here, we need to fry them on medium flame till they get a nice golden brown color from outside. So these are ready. We can remove them out onto a paper serviette. Okay, so in the same way we'll fry the rest of the koftas. So here I've taken some oil into a big pan. To this I will add some butter. Butter gives a little bit more rich taste to this paneer kofta masala. And just wait for a few seconds till the butter gets melted nicely into the oil. Once that's done, we'll add in our roughly chopped onions. The onions and the tomatoes don't need to be chopped too fine, just roughly chop them, because at the end of it we'll just grind them up. I add the roughly chopped onions along with the green chilies, and again if you feel like having it more spicier, please add more green chilies. All we want is just that the onions change their color a little bit. They just need to be a slightly pinkish in color. So once you're there, add in the ginger garlic paste and give it a good mix till the time the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste is gone away. Okay, so give it all a good mix. And then once that's done, you can go ahead and add the chopped tomatoes. There you go. So add in the chopped tomatoes here, and again just give it a good mix till the time the tomatoes turn a little bit soft, so that you can just put it into your grinder and make it into a good smooth paste. So you can cover it here for like 2 minutes till the tomatoes become soft. After 2 minutes, like you see, the tomatoes are nice and soft. It's bubbling away very well. So we can put the gas off, turn off the flame and wait till this becomes cold, and then put it into your mixer jar and grind it till it's a smooth paste. Okay, well today I am in a hurry, so I am not waiting till it turns into a smooth paste, till it turns cold. So I am adding it into my hand blender jar and I am going to turn it into a paste using my hand blender. So for people like me who use the hand blender, you will see you might need to strain this mixture a little bit later on. But if you're using your mixer jar, you don't need to strain it. So in the same pan, add in some more oil, and to this we will add some dry whole spices. So there goes cinnamon and tej patta I had added earlier. This is green cardamom, some cloves and a little bit of Zeera. Okay, so remember to keep the flame on slow to medium. Slow would be preferable because we want the spices to release their oils into the oil there and we don't want them to burn. So once you can smell the fragrance out of the whole spices, you can add the dry spices. So I've added here I've taken red chili powder, some coriander powder, Zeera powder and some haldi powder. These are basic masalas that every household here in India we have this at home. So basic masalas, and give them all a good mix. So all we need is the masalas to get fried nicely in this oil. We don't want to burn them, of course. And at this point we'll add in our dry kasuri methi. So crush them up nicely in your hands and then put it into the masala. Crushing the kasuri methi gives out its natural oils and natural flavors. So here goes my masala that I ground up using my hand blender. Like I said, it's a little bit gritty and grainy. So that's the reason why I'm using a sieve. But by all means, if you use your mixer jar, you don't need to strain it. Okay. So I'm putting in a little bit of water in the same hand blended onion tomato paste, and I'm going to strain it a little bit more. That's because there are seeds, tomato seeds and some skin in there. But if you're using your mixie again, like I said, just add the whole thing in now. So give it a good mix and you can see the masala is nice and bubbling away. It smells awesome, of course. And to this now we will add our milk cream. Now if you don't have milk cream handy at home, it's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and add milk in it. And I'm going to adjust the consistency of water as per my choice. But if you feel you're eating it along with rice, then you can add in some more water. If you're having it along with roti or naan, you can keep it a little bit drier, on the drier side. It's all, the water consistency is as per your choice. So let it boil away a little bit. Give it a minute or two so that the spices get gelled up nicely inside. And add in salt as per your liking, as per your taste, and give it a good mix again. Now again we will go ahead and add the kasuri methi. This gives a very nice flavor to the paneer kofta masala. Traditionally we need to use cashew paste also, but I didn't have that with me, and it's perfectly fine. It works perfectly fine without the cashew paste too. So now we need to go ahead and add the paneer koftas. Be gentle here so that the paneer koftas don't break. Okay, so very gently we just need the masala to coat each paneer kofta here. So with a gentle hand, try to just swirl the spoon inside so that each paneer kofta absorbs the masalas and the flavors of the curry. This masala, this paneer kofta is so tasty. It smells so awesome in here. Please do try making this recipe at least once. I'm sure, like how my family enjoyed eating this, I'm sure even you and your family are going to love eating this paneer kofta masala. Look at the richness of it. Look at the gravy. So do try making this, my friends, and see how it looks from inside. It's awesome. Do try making it, and thanks for watching Jenny's Love Food. Please like, share and subscribe too. Bye.